I would love to see Liquid
Ini
pick
ada
a hero that like
tiga
goes
cara
first
buat
because he
ngedestroy
also
Liquid.
doesn't worry about the last pick XXS.
KDA-nya lihat deh.
He's still got some time left though.
Iya.
You also would imagine that it would be nice to have the carry use Frost Shield,
Bunuh
right?
orang
You're
lain
picking this
sih.
Lich early against
Itu.
essentially nothing that Frost
Oh,
Shield
no
counters
jagger di
in terms of
dakwah.
defense, right?
Ini jagon dia om.
At the time when they picked Lich, they saw CM
Jagon,
Lich Spirit
ya.
Breaker have like basically 0 physical damage. So now that you've picked it in this manner, you would imagine Liquid have some sort of an aggressive plan. Like you said, carry goes in first, put Frost Shield on him for the control. Or you put it on Marcy, but that doesn't really feel like that's maybe the most valuable. Bloodseeker is going to be the choice.
Oh no!
Lu dicer lagi.
That's
Wajib Lotus sih,
I
Mas.
don't mind it. I'm not sure how this against Sniper. What do you think, Toby? I think it's really good
Tidurnya
against
kelamaan tadi.
It's good against Slash.
Yeah,
I think they have sniper problems.
yeah, there are some
Wah,
Sniper
ini nih,
problems
gua
over
pindah
here,
di Discord
but I
ntar kalau
like
mau
the
nonton
idea, like,
bareng
he goes
aja.
in for the rest of the team. Rupture
Beda
is a
pindah
very
di
old
Discord,
school
beda
counter. Bloodseeker is not so popular in this TI.
Oh.
Channel.
Yeah, it basically fits the gap of like frontlining and sort of lockdown. It's not a stun, but it does like 50% of it.
So if you're, let's say you're entertaining the idea of running standard lanes with 2-1-2, what kind of an offlaner do you pick with Spirit Breaker against Lich BS? It's a pretty strong lane, right?
Pull.
Just some melee hero.
Not a range.
Liquid
not like,
Oh, it's too hard.
or
I think it's too hard.
Esther.
So XXS would have probably liked to play any of the like 4 last bands of Liquid. So all right, they have made up their minds. So it's going to be another melee hero. The Lord.
Oh, oke. Underlord enak banget sih di sini. Lawannya ada Brute
I'm not
Mother.
sure. So I mean, both drafts are very interesting. Like. It's actually tough to say. The mid matchup is going to go pretty well for Liquid. They got the Lina against Lashrak matchup. He is playing against a Bauer, which has always been a bit annoying for her to deal with because he gets on top of you. I'm not sure what the bottom lane is going to go like. This entire Bloodseeker Lich.
Pretty good for Bloodseeker, but he shouldn't feed on the lot.
Yeah.
And free brute game in my book. So
Free Brood game?
Lalu kita ke
Okay.
You're both taking Liquid?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking. Like, I think Liquid has like a pretty good shot, but I think Asta is OP heroes as well. I'm taking Asta.
Okay, split panel then. Let's go to Sir Action Slacks, who's looking like a mob boss today. Very, very nice. Let's hear what he has to say.
Oke, kita lihat draftnya kayak gimana.
Welcome to the International Game 1!
Come to
Singapore is
the
ready, my
international.
friend. It seems like you guys are as well. Disgusting.
Okay,
draft,
let's go.
if I may. A Brood Mother, a Bloodseeker. You really are treating this like an elimination game,
Panas
huh?
ya?
Yeah, shout out to
Bentar.
Koikva for the
Ya, gila.
brood. This one's for you, buddy. Never left our team.
Attaboy. So, are you concerned at all? I want to know a little bit about how you guys prepped for this. You had a big, long break. I think most of it was on your big old brain. What did you guys do during that time off to get ready for a team like Aster?
We did nothing. We sat in our rooms, chilled a lot, watched a ton of Naruto, which I'm slowly trying to get into potentially. And yeah, me and Matu just drafted. We kind of just enjoyed the moment, you know? We had a lot of time to think about it, and what an incredible thing to be up here. We just kind of appreciated the moment.
All right, well, all those weebs in my game with the anime profile picture, apparently that's all you need to do to get good at Dota. Let's see if we get a good match, my friend, and we'll throw it to our casters.
Thank you, Sir Action Slacks. A very informative interview as always. Lower bracket semifinals of TI-11, Aster versus Team Liquid, game number 1. Cinder, I didn't even get your thoughts on the draft here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's interesting that you have this much time to prepare and you don't really know what to expect. And I would say, as far as surprises go, I feel like Astra are bringing something new here. They do get this D-ward, by the way, worth mentioning, is a little bit of a head start for them in that mid lane.
Kita lihat draftingnya. Aster itu punya sniper dan Bara, lalu ada Underlord, Desrak, dan CM. Kalau secara war sih mereka mainnya mau tahan-tahanan sih, jadi nggak bakal matiin cepet. Sedangkan si Liquid tuh harus matiin cepet supaya bisa menang lawan Aster. Karena AP, karena Lestraknya ini pasti bikin blue stun. 95% magic life steal-nya bakal masuk. Sakit banget. Bener-bener bakal keluar. Dan rugi banget sih. Tapi untuk mencapai itu semua bakal sulit karena mereka itu mesti farming dari pihaknya Aster. Kalau dari Liquid, mereka cukup ganas sih di early stage, bakal sangat-sangat ganas dan bikin musuhnya cepet darahnya berkurang, jadi Bloodseeker-nya bakal berperan banyak harusnya. Secara garis besar sih gitu ya. Sedangkan Liquid mau main cepet, sedangkan si Aster mau main agak mid late game. Sepertinya begitu. Hampir mati Insania. Belum, aman, masih dapat aman. Seharusnya sih di bawah nggak akan ada masalah ya, karena sniper dan 2 range lawan Good Mother sendiri yang melee. Oke, ada pause. Kenapa pause?
I don't know if those are oohs, ahs, or boos, or all of the above, Cinderin, but first pause today.
And the crowd goes wild.
The crowd goes ah.
What a pause!
The pause.
So I imagine we have a small tech issue. We have not been given a reason just yet for why this pauses, but this gives us a little bit more time. All right, so disconnect from Insania makes it seem.
Well, I've heard some players have to change
Bisa
their
suara
chat
gamenya aja nggak sih?
to
Soalnya gue
be
nonton
not
Bullshit sih,
on.
salah
Of
sih.
course, that might not relate
Kita
to these
pindah
teams at all,
ke Dotanya.
considering they're all good manner players.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine a player like Insania having GG in his chat, but you never know. You'd be
Siapa tuh? Insania.
surprised. You'd be surprised once you might have your opinion on players and then you meet them in real life. It's
Tapi nggak ngeliat
could be a totally different
komentator dan
beast, you
muka
know?
kalau
Never
misalnya
meet your
nggak.
heroes, and that's why I regret
nggak
ever
ini.
meeting Sir
Nggak
Action
dari sini.
Slacks.
He was your hero.
That's true, actually. That wasn't accurate at all. I just wanted to throw that out there regardless.
The conclusion is never meet Slacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that was what I was trying to get across. Appreciate that, sir. That's why you're here. You're
Mas
analyzing.
Tumbaman,
Yep.
dia
my
pakai
thoughts.
Telling you what you wanted to say.
That's right.
baru pertama
Very
kali.
good.
Kayaknya enggak nih.
Tell me, how does Zai play Brood this game?
Yeah,
Welcome
it
ya
sounded
yang baru
like
datang.
Toby is quite the Brood specialist, right? And it sounded like he thinks
Say
this
hi
should be
aja,
a
say
free
hi,
lane for
jangan
Brood.
lupa.
I don't play the hero much.
Dan
I
like.
feel like, from my perspective, Maiden Sniper probably does okay, or at least for a few levels. Once Brood gets level 6, you're
di atas
screwed
sih.
down here as Maiden Sniper. You have to evacuate and solve it, but that's where Aster have a
Nge-glitch
hero
dong,
like
ini
Underlord
nge-glitch
who
dong,
could
ini
go there, they could
Xman ini
park the
nge-glitch.
Lesh there if they really have to defend the tower. But for starters, I would imagine this double range lane does fine against Brood. Zai will just try to stay alive, get some CS where he can. You're seeing Boxy currently
Insaninya
planning
udah
on
balik,
pulling the wave
guys.
down there to try to get a little bit of a different lane positioning so that Brood can get closer to his tower.
Seti.
And then
Well, we're about to unpause. I want to get the crowd's reaction here. Let's do a live poll since we have some time here. Can I hear who is rooting for Aster today? Aster. Okay, that was
Dia
kind of
pilih siapa ya guys?
underwhelming, not gonna
Gue
lie.
lebih pilih
What
Aster
about
sih.
Team
Gue pengen
Liquid?
banget Aster menang tuh.
Oh my.
Dari lane Liquid.
Okay.
Oke, let's go. Kita
some
mulai lagi.
guys here
Vibe-nya
in the
gila.
crowd.
Berasa banget cuy sampai
First it was
sini.
OG, but they're not here anymore. So transition to the
Oke,
next
di skill 1 di
We're underway
bukan
again.
champion siapa
Insania
namanya.
pushing back Baboka. Mid lane still relatively even on, but 2
Kita lihat
denies already
skillnya
from
apa.
McKay, but relatively awash at the moment.
Frost Blast. Oke. Di
Baboka
Frost
still
Blast.
taking damage from Insania. If you had told me 6 months ago that Lich and CM would be played to this
Ya,
extent, Cinder, I
apakah
would not have
barangnya
believed
bertahan?
yeah,
Nggak bakal mati
it's,
sih, masih
it's
bisa
a really
hidup.
interesting development. I think
Cuman,
especially Lich, because Crystal Maiden has kind of
creepnya
had
itu
her
ketahan
time
banget.
on and off recently,
Cukup
but Lich has been
kasihan
quite a
sih
while
carry-nya
since
kalau
we've
kayak
given
gitu.
this priority.
Tapi di atasnya 2 melee ya. Harusnya nggak perlu takut banget.
Fourth.
Yeah, Zai.
Snipernya sih sampai masuk sini loh.
Right now.
Luar biasa AP. Berasa sekali. Damage-nya. Relax skill-nya masih tetap aja bertahan. Kuat.
Yeah, if you play Dota casually, you'd be like, why are 2 heroes behind the tier 1 tower minute 1? And this is simply what happens when the position 4 in the enemy team repulls and repositions the wave behind there. You have to go and contest this experience in gold. You can't just let the Liquid side get that for free when you have
tujuannya
this
untuk
double
meng-cost
range
test
lane. You are willing to take those trades, and ultimately what ends up happening is
bakal
that
kepus
Zai
sih
has a
karena
grand total of
creepnya
2 CS
Radiant
to the
cuma
10 of Sniper with a good head
creepnya
start
dari
here
cuma
on
2.
A.
Oke. Apakah ada kematian? Oke, fix mati sih. CM fix mati. Harusnya. Enggak deh. Sniper fix mati. Monet. Oke, ya fix pasti fix. Udah gua tebak. Cukup disayangkan. Harusnya baru mereka bisa agresif tuh di level 3 sih sniper. Level berapa sekarang sniper? Oh bisa
Yeah,
sih.
so he's not the one getting the first blood, but he gets the space in the lane now, right? He gets to
Baru level 2. Kenapa? Karena skill satunya tuh sharpness-nya sayang banget. Itu yang lebih sakit kalau baru level 1 sih. Better tahan
Zai will be very happy with that. Even if you don't get that first blood, just
Tapi
getting
ya
a little bit
pemikiran
of
pro
time,
player
he's now
berbeda.
going to get his level 3. Currently
Oke,
holding the
dapat
skill point.
pasti.
Curious what he's going to choose because it feels like all of the skills here actually have some decent merit with how this lane's playing out. He's
Oke, di
eyeing
bawahnya
up his
terpantau
options,
aman.
not choosing just yet. We'll go for the Silken Bola now.
Insane ya. Creepnya di
More
full.
aggressive approach, I guess you could say. It's
Berarti
kinda
Esther
hybrid,
bakal
right? You can also
sulit
use it
banget
to
farming.
slow and run away. So
Sudah sangat seret.
Yeah, but like you said, once he hits 6, should be scary times for Aster. I mean, at that point, what is Monet doing? Like, where can you go as a sniper?
Ceprut. Nah, dibalik. Biar. Ada kemungkinan mati. Sayangnya mati. Oke. Dengan kalau lane kayak gini sih, Liquid ada kemungkinan besar menang sih. Matu Maman. Bisa ngekill? Gak bisa. Dia ada ring of beras. Hah?
yeah,
Menit
obviously
segini
the
Nova sama
Bloodseeker
Bracer
benefiting
cepet banget.
massively as well whenever they play aggressively bottom, gets that thirst
Ngapain
bonus
aja
up
tuh orang?
top and trying to turn that into even more advantage here for Liquid. Yeah, you've got to be really wary of your positioning, and it's easier said than done, right? You're Crystal Maiden, you kind of want to at least put some sort of pressure and do some damage, but at this point, when Marcy and Brood are both level 3, I think you have to backline behind the sniper. If he gets
Gila,
jumped on, you use
cepet
both your spells defensively, and you try to reposition and
Dapat ward si
stabilize.
Boxy.
At the same time, if you have to sacrifice somebody, it's better that the Maiden dies than the Sniper. And then ultimately when Brood hits 6, I think the Sniper is just going to sit maybe mid, or you open up top and you play up there. Okay, Zai taking some serious
Gak bisa
damage
ngekill.
bottom.
At least
Not enough
menjauhkan
to
mereka,
die, but he
menjauhkan
doesn't
si
have any
Brood Mother
regen
dari
except
creep wave.
one level in spin web. So it's
Oke,
quite a while
selamat.
before he's
Barangnya pasti
online to
selamat.
fight with Boxy again.
Udah cukup damage.
Boca able to TP out. And I would expect the kills to start ramping up a little bit more now just because we have such aggressive heroes overall, especially with the Spirit Breaker on the side of Aster. As we haven't really seen a gank mid. Does that surprise you at all?
Tapi ini Brood Mother-nya
that's a Spirit
bakal
Breaker special.
jadi sih
As
dengan lane
I
kayak
say that
gini.
he's charging right
Karena
There you go.
kelihatan banget dari cara mainnya.
I don't
Barang
think it's
ngecas,
surprising we
apakah
haven't had
mid
it
akan
yet,
ada
but I think
pembantaian?
This is a pretty good time to do it.
Sepertinya
Mid is
tidak.
running out of mana. There's no power runes, but will not be able to find the angle here. Bobakov is charging from base. Oh, Boxy.
I trying to turn this around onto Monet. As
Oke,
Zai's
sniper
gonna be
mati.
able to get the insatiable hunger off as well, and Monet's
Gila,
in a
dive-nya
lot of
bagus
trouble. The
banget,
boss fight
cuy.
dealing a lot of damage to Zai in the meantime, as Boxy looking for
Tupluk.
another kill for himself onto Monet.
Boxy
That is
again,
the
nge-kill
second
sniper.
just for him. I'm not even
Nice.
sure if Zai was in
Ini
range
bakal
for XP at
jadi
that
sih,
point.
support partnya bakal jadi dan itemnya bakal
I'm sure
sakit dan
if Boxy got all of
semi-hitter
it, they
sih.
don't really mind. Again, it's a matter of just giving Brute the space here to recover the CS in the lane. Zai currently sitting on 1-0 and 2 in terms of KDA, so
Gila, dia nge-check di bawah. Dibalik dong. Wih, nice. Sakit banget. Oh my god. Mati dua, mati dua. Nice. Oke, bawahnya juga bisa nahan. Cuma sayangnya masih ketinggalan network
oh my god, look
sniper
how many
dibandingkan
creeps
Brood
are
Mother.
mid too. They get the double kill. This is 2 full waves and a siege creep just hitting this tower. So first of all, you get a lot of tower damage in here, but
Siapa yang
the death
di-charge?
stings
Bawah,
that much
Bara.
more
Bara ada
for the
kemungkinan
lane
mati.
using,
Mati, fix mati. Oke, nice. Subnolnya bagus dengan baranya ngasih vision lumayan membantu. Walaupun di depan tower sih. Sama-sama naik. Networknya udah mulai kekejar, beda 5 poin. Nah,
This is the
snipernya udah
luxury
di
you
atas
have in this
Brood Mother.
position with having this Underlord top. It's hard for Matu to put meaningful pressure onto XXS, who's running a Bracer and Ring of Health. He's just buying a full self-sustain build. He's
Oke,
gonna finish his Vanguard
ternyata
now as well coming
landing
out of the
phase-nya yang
courier.
menang sih.
So if you want to kill this Underlord as Liquid, you need to bring
Nice.
3+ heroes. I don't think they have any other way.
Berarti harapan gue dengan Ezra akan menang, wah jauh lebih memungkinkan.
Okay.
Game 1 tapi.
No comms at all. Interesting strategy at TI11. Monet. The bottom. They do get that tier 1 tower like you said.
Oh,
But
Ezra
very
juga
even game
top
despite
network
that.
sih.
And Top lane is the one we haven't really talked about too much, but Matu.
Maybe they were all watching Naruto.
What's that?
Maybe they were all watching Naruto.
That's true. I mean, I talked to a couple Liquid members as
bakal
well during the break, and
banget sih.
I mean, they
Oke,
couldn't find
dia.
strength, right? None of these teams probably could find many
Wah,
strengths. So.
Vanguard. Alasannya dia
Kind of a
Vanguard
weird
karena
situation, and you kind of overanalyze probably.
Bloodseeker,
I think taking some days off was
Marcy,
probably pretty important
Lina,
for a lot of these teams just to reset. 'Cause
dan
especially for
Mother
Liquid, we had all
adalah
that momentum that
physical damage.
I don't know. I
Yang
would
magic
have been
cuman
super
dikeluarkan
drained.
dari ini sama ini
The
dan ini
overall
pure damage.
consensus that I gathered was that I think
Jadi emang
most teams,
pilihan
if
yang
not
tepat
all of
sih
them,
untuk
took 1 to 2 days off and
Oke,
then started getting back
Vanguard.
into it. You know, you take a little bit of a break, make sure you don't
Gak bakal bisa
overwork yourself.
dimatiin sih.
As it
Mereka
is,
cuma nakutin.
it is very, very mentally taxing to
makan.
prepare for these games, and you've obviously played a very long tournament already to get to this point, so getting that little bit of a
Midnya ada
breather
3,
definitely helpful.
Marcy, Leech,
Aster
akan
with a,
dimatiin.
I don't know if we should
Oh,
call
enggak.
this a recovery.
Jadi
Obviously,
tuh
the bottom lane was
look
not
secure
going too
dulu.
hot, but the rest of the map looking very good. And with that rotation bot where they killed Zai, they managed to take the tier 1 tower. They almost got the tier 1 tower mid as well, minute 8, which is very good news for Aster. Zai.
And he wants to go on Monet, but he's going to get frostbitten
sakit
and
banget.
charged. Already at half
Bocor.
HP, and Monet can just right-click
Oh,
from
itu fix
afar.
that duer.
The charge
Mau malah ke atas lu,
connects, and one more
ngapain?
right-click should do it, although Siamese Cat nets himself the kill with another frostbite.
Zai, you are dead.
Feels like it's
Dan
getting shut down a
Sniper
bit
bakal
in the last
bikin
couple minutes.
MOM.
I love playing
Most of
Spirit Breaker
it.
against this hero, I gotta say. It feels so rewarding and so powerful that if Brute shows at
Dan
any point,
Bloodseeker
you
bakal
get this
bikin
connection. And Crystal Maiden is a
Mild
great
dulu.
support to play it with in the
Kenapa
early
ya dia
stages
mild?
because you have this long route and slow. You see Pichu in this game choosing to max out
Kayaknya
Frostbite,
mau
which we've seen
kubu-kubu
sometimes.
gitu, krip-krip pada
It
mati,
varies
nambahin
whether
darah dia
people
deh.
prioritize
Pengen gitu sih.
Frostbite or Crystal Nova, but against the Brood, the route is just so good to allow Sniper to get in all of that damage. Let's see if Monet's skills assassinate or not, because we've seen different Sniper builds here on level 6, whether you take that route at all, or if you
Oke,
focus on
midnya
maxing out
dar.
shot.
Oke, stun. Oh my god, dead combo. CC-nya bagus banget cuy.
Not in time.
Dibanting, di stun sama Lina, abis itu hampir bisa disiapin kalau dia mau kabur pakai Leech.
And with the Falcon Blade going for the BKB as a pretty fast item, Matu is getting chased with
Oh,
just
CM-nya jadi
on the
karena
other
banyak
side of the
temennya
fog
buat
here.
combo stun,
Very good
lebih
ward
better
there,
dia
Chuck.
main
Pichu
kedua.
will realize this.
Oke,
Like
alasannya itu.
he read that all too well.
Nice,
So
dia dapat ward.
gonna get the D ward, and they force out the glyph. Lesh will
Oh.
immediately rotate into mid.
Akhirnya
Almost
snipernya
at
bakal
mid
main skill
tower. Ori
1 yang
is
full.
gonna show here.
Yeah, well, Mickey is getting charged, so now there's TPs coming into the mid lane. See if he can get the
Ya, nggak bisa
LSA
di-kill
off.
karena dia
Uses
haste.
the horsey and gives himself enough distance to get away. But in the
Bilang
meantime,
tiba-tiba ada
they're gonna
si
find
Boxy
Boxy
nyangkut.
instead, who was trying to help
Ngapain
out
gitu?
Mickey, but wasn't really needed in the end.
Yeah, it looked like Boxy was trying to find an angle where he could maybe get a dispose onto the Lesh rack, but what Aster did really well there was that they rotated not only the Lesh, but also the Crystal Maiden in the tree line. So when Boxy did try to go for that, it just gets frostbitten from the side and
Ziza ini harus
does
bikin
not find
space sih
any
kalau
move.
mau
At the very least, the good
bikin
news for
si
Liquid here,
Bloodseeker
bottom
bisa
tower will be
farming.
claimed. Brood is starting to build a new
Sedangkan
home here.
dua
As Brood
tier
does.
satunya udah pada
I
habis.
wonder what build Zai goes here. We've seen a lot of Broods go this arcane boots into either pipe or
Coba itu
Wraith
sentry
Hands,
musuh.
kind of auras.
Coba sentrinya CS
I
mati
assume
tuh.
this game will be no different, but I wonder what the priority will be.
Pipe is pretty freaking good this game.
Yeah, there is a lot of random
Wah.
magic damage, and it's a great way of keeping your spiders alive during fights.
Yep, as he is taking control of the bottom lane. I mean, that's the one thing about transitioning out of this lane against the Brood. You just take over.
Waduh.
He has done already.
Has to be
Already
so
signed.
careful with showing on the lane, though. He's actually showing his hero, and
Kayak gitu
that
dia
means
aja
he's
rugi,
opening himself
dia
up to
dapat
being
duit
charged
jadinya.
at any point.
Yep, all they need is
Dicas,
a little bit
dicas.
of vision here. As
Harusnya bisa mati
couple
sih,
members of
Bara.
Aster in the cover
Si
of
Brood
smoke,
Mother.
Zai in the trees, but his spidey
Sayangnya,
senses are tingling. The
nggak
ones
bisa.
that actually
Quite
make
literally.
Nggak
sense.
kelihatan
Yep.
di sini.
Looks like he'll be okay, so a little bit of wasted time, although
Dia nggak mau maju.
I have an idea that he's in the area
wasted,
here.
though.
Pops. Oh, Crystal Nova just off. Actually did connect, and now they have the vision.
Kena
There's
juga.
the charge from Baboka.
Di skill 2,
In comes
di road.
XXS as well.
Nah, nggak gerak
And
dong.
that is a big kill onto Zai. It took some time, but
Bit of
it
malice.
worked out, and now XXS can just go back to where he came from.
This is a pretty cool duo of heroes that we like never see played. The Spirit Breaker plus Underlord combo. You charge someone, you Fiend's Gate in, and Spirit Breaker has that natural follow-up that he needs. This hero's one of its weaknesses, even though it's one of the best roamers in the game, is that it doesn't really solo kill very well. But you know, if you have something like Underlord connecting or Sunstrike, like whatever it is at your disposal,
Masih
then
Kirun.
situations can suddenly look quite promising.
Dapat
With a charge,
double damage dong.
Foxy is here. Nice pit of malice though to dispose. Keeps XXS at bay. Already at half HP, and in comes the Lich as well. But look, 4 members
Dilanjutin
of
dong.
Aster are
Bisa
continuing
mati
on
padahal.
here. As Insania gets off his chain
Oke,
cross.
si Boxy.
Looks
Oi.
like he will drop
Oi,
in the
oi, oi,
end.
bisa kill.
Matu has finally come
Bisa
to
kill
play.
Lina,
Those
bisa
good
kill Lina,
plays
dan
on
Blue Seeker.
top of the rupture is enough to find himself a kill. Now the focus
Gak
is
jadi.
on Baboka, but the
Sakit
sniper gonna
banget,
get
sakit
the
banget.
stop, and
Boka
Baboka
is
will be
dead.
next. Big turnaround here for Liquid. Great transition from Matu.
And they make sure to bring the numbers.
Kalau ada
there.
Alexa sih beda
Matsu
cerita sih
coming
itu.
in, Lina with the double damage. It's just too overwhelming.
Oke, udah
And
menit
Money,
segini.
would have probably been
Keadaan
wise to not
berbaik
get
kembali
involved
ke
there. You can
Liquid.
understand why he's trying to help out his
Liquid.
teammates, but Boxy isolates him with the rebound, dispose combo, and once Sniper is repositioned, he's not getting out of there. Does not have any way of repositioning himself for now. Wonder if he's going to buy a shard later to try to help with that. But for now, obviously going a pretty standard route, Mask of Madness to Wraith Bands and Treads. Eyeing up the Dragonlance, Pike, another way to reposition, of course. And he should need it this game. You got to be feeling really good if you're Liquid with that exchange, though.
Yep, absolutely. The lead has slipped into their side, just barely though. As we get in, I'm gonna rehash this conversation again, Cinder. You know where I'm going with this, I'm sure, but
Tier 5 neutral.
the old
Yep,
Roshan.
berhenti.
As we're gonna see another strike onto
Kenapa berhenti
Insania.
dong?
Ori is in the air, he gets off the lightning storm. But
Nggak
the
jadi,
Frost
nggak
Shield
dilanjutin.
ends up mitigating a bit of damage here and forces the rest of Aster away, as this is taking just too long. They get a high five for their efforts. But which team would you say has the advantage in the Roche pit for both killing and fighting in the area?
I love
guess for
Dota
killing,
so much.
I would imagine Liquid.
Ini CM-nya sangat berperan aktif sih dalam game.
I have a jump in two here. I think we can fight. I'm really sure. Sniper!
Snipernya berasa banget.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Alright, that was an Eternal Envy type showdown. That was nice.
They got done with their Naruto episode and now they're playing. So, good to see.
Indeed. Anyway, you were saying about Roshan, Cinder.
Yeah, so I think overall, I guess the Dire,
Lina ya well farm sih.
depending on
Damage-nya
this
bakal
level
gede.
1 side pick, it's kind of hard to say
Perlu
who's faster.
adanya
I do
yang
like
namanya
Aster's chances of fighting in the area in general though, under
Hitam
Lord
apa
Lesh
ya?
and Spirit Breaker as well as Shrapnel
Steve
level
Hawford
4.
damage-nya sih
He's
susah
very,
sih
very
bakal
good in that
sama.
area. But I think neither team has any interest in even thinking about Roche for quite a while. Neither lineup is
Kalau Lina
particularly good
lawan
at it. There's a
Estak
lot of
sendiri
risk
sih mungkin bisa ya, tapi kalau misalnya 5 lawan banyak pesaknya lagi digebukin rame-rame, ngasih damage banyak, bakal susah sih. Oke, Esak ya, dead. Bisanya diangkat.
A big punish in this top lane. That Frost Shield has been kind of pretty annoying for Aster to get through.
Yeah, they chose to go for that with 5-second cooldown another strike. They didn't have Spirit Breaker ult, so missing that component, but also Liquid seemed like they just read that play like a book. You know, Mike was in position immediately, getting that counterplay. Nicely done from them. They get those two. Mike now rocking a BKB.
Harusnya ketahuan sih ada vision. Ketahuan.
Very ready to fight. Liquid actually hitting a strong time here. And
Kasih sih, ini loncat dulu dar, bener kan?
Huge kill for Liquid, but
Marcy dikasih maju dulu.
XXS has come to play with his ult. Gets off the nice Pit of Malice and Firestorm. Insania looks to be the sacrifice at the very least, but Mickey and Monster want to continue to fight potentially.
Ruptur. 3 stun. Marcy is good. Oh, Linanya double stun. Oke. Aster is losing, guys.
Aster and Liquid, I mean, they got the big kill to start, and Aster still wanted to fight, and they get punished.
Yeah, just Lesh didn't get to play his hero there.
Anzai.
Stun completely rebounded into the LSA, took the full burst there from Mickey, and they get that job done easily. You're gonna see on the replay here, so really nice way to open this with Boxy getting the rebound. They kill the sniper before any assistance arrives. As XXS comes in and does kill off the Lich, it's a pretty small consolation prize. Nice fear here, by the way, from Insania.
And Boxy stun coming up soon.
Yep.
Which absolutely destroyed. My God.
Stun into double stun.
Stunnya itu bagus banget.
And that was the Bloodstone reveal as well on the Lesh, and it just gets destroyed. Not literally, not a Kyle. But Baboka now in the bot lane. He's going for the Shadow Blade. As Zai, again, he's just been chilling in the bot lane. He's close to finishing his pipe, and we talked about the amount of magic damage that Aster has. That is going to be a huge pickup for them.
It seems like the play call here from Liquid is just
Masalahnya
leave Zai
gitu,
alone. Let him do whatever
Esther
he
tuh nggak
wants.
bisa
He
nahan
needs to get that item before he really offers team
burst
fight
damage yang
impact.
bisa dihasilin sama
Curious
ini.
to see what the idea is now. It's
Dari
coming out.
ruptur,
Are you gonna see a bigger
ruptur bukan
rotation? Are we
bersih.
looking at a bottom tier
Lina
2
punya
tower? Are we
skill,
looking at potential
ulti,
rotation
satu
into
skill
killing
2,
hero
digabungin
mid
itu
and
damage-nya
getting Roche?
cepat cepet.
There's plenty of
Yang gede.
options for Liquid here with
Leeds
the game
itu
state they
juga
have
Leeds
set
cross
themselves
blast
up for.
lumayan, dan kalau mereka mau nahan,
Essentially,
Ward
if Zai
juga masih
doesn't have to
nahan,
join, why
Chain
would he,
Frost.
right? He can also just
Sama
keep
ruptur
farming
itu.
down here and keep being a pestilence, forcing heroes to rotate down
Plus
here and
damage
defend,
yang
putting
dari
pressure on the
physical
tower and just
hero
farming
lain.
up, get toward his next item. Maybe an Axe could be on the menu. Extremely annoying item to play Spirit Breaker against the Brood Axe. So definitely could be something he's considering.
And Liquid want to keep up the aggression. Mickey now, or the BKB from Matu. So 2 BKBs on the side of Liquid. And they are definitely ready to fight. As the tier 2 tower will take a little bit of damage, but XXS is going to show himself with the Firestorm, but Liquid want to kind of reset here. One thing we didn't really talk about is the fact that these two
Dua
obviously
tuh
face in the upper
terrornya ada
bracket, and
dari
we've
si
seen it so
Lina
many times
sama
the
si
upper bracket
Seeker.
team that wins, that faces the team again in the lower bracket. The
Kirain
lower bracket
sniper lebih
team
gede daripada
ends up
si
learning
Zai.
more about that matchup
Right.
overall, and they got to see Tundra beat Aster as well. But potentially that's what we're seeing here right
Right.
now. But standing onto the high ground, he is so tanky at half HP,
Buset,
but he'll be the
buset.
sacrifice. As looks like it's
Auto
going to be a
death
trade for the
itu.
position 5.
Auto death tuh,
Nice
auto
freezing kill
death.
coming out, but it only delays the inevitable.
Oh, they ruptured Lash.
Yep, he gets his bloodstone off just in time as Matu pops the BKB.
Wow,
She's dead.
Seeker-nya udah
Laguna
BKB
playing
guys,
into
sempet
the
banget.
grave, and Baboka getting chased, but a nice pit of malice keeping Boxy and company in this area.
Baboka
When
is
the
dead,
dispose
dead,
comes
dead,
down on
dead.
Baboka,
No
but he
charge,
does
no
have the
charge.
status
Wih,
resistance.
dead
And
juice,
the
dead
charge
juice.
off, the
Woo,
Rexus is
that's
coming
such
for
play.
him. Is that enough? It doesn't look like it.
That's
He
the next
shall
level
live.
flame,
What an
man.
amazing escape from Baboka there, turning around to dodge the stun and then finding the charge through everyone to survive. I definitely had him expected dead there, but it gets out of there. Still,
Next
the
level
big
play.
question is the Lash they keep
Seeker.
finding him every fight. Zai,
Seeker,
okay.
Seeker,
Yep, he's here
charge.
all alone. Insania
Nice,
by
nice
the
dead.
outskirts, but the assassinate is coming, and that's not going to help you there. So Monet getting a nice pickup for himself as he's kind of struggling. He's middle of the pack in terms of net worth, and this is a hero that you do not want in that area. I mean, how much of a comeback mechanic do you have on this hero, would you feel?
True.
Based on the items that he's
Oh,
going for.
udah
Because
pada
he's Master
ring,
Madness,
apa yang
Dragon
masih di
Lance, he's going
situ,
for Hurricane
coba.
Pike, so it feels like more mobility / utility than damage.
Yeah, I guess with this build you definitely do farm slower than if you had, say, Mom Maelstrom, but you probably just have to get the Pike at this time. If you go Mask Maelstrom, it's gonna take too long before you have the essential items to be any sort of presence in a team fight. In skirmishes, this is also a pretty good single target damage build, right? You have a long range, obviously you can activate the take aim for the guaranteed headshots, which by the way are only level 2 on Monet currently, so his damage will ramp up significantly when he levels up to 13, 14.
Oh, Matu getting charged, and there's a Fiend's Gate here as well. He
Woo,
pops the
di
BKB,
charge tapi dia
but
nggak ada
still
mana,
gets
nggak bisa
stunned.
balik dong,
That
nggak
is
bisa TP.
4 members
Auto
of
death itu Blue
Aster,
Seeker.
and that is a nice pickup for them. Very nice team play, and now, I mean, the Fiend's Gate is so cool, but Mickey,
Fiend's Gate.
he's in the area.
Bisa
He's
mati,
in
bisa
Viz
mati,
right
bisa mati.
now. Pulls
Oh,
on the
nggak kena
outside,
sunya.
does not connect, but they still get the stun. Laguna Blade to follow, but the Bloodstone.
Oke,
Decent amount of
wow.
BKB pop by
Nggak
Mickey,
kuat
and that is enough to take
damage-nya,
out Ori again.
nggak bisa
He's
nahan.
left by his team via the Fiend's Gate.
Semenjak dia buka BKB,
And
udah
Liquid
nggak ada
taking
hasil
full
lagi.
advantage.
Yeah, that missed stun from Mickey ends up costing him a BKB charge, but still
Hello,
well worth
welcome,
it. You're
welcome.
happy to get that kill. And probably the bottom tier 2 tower, I don't think you have a chance of defending
Oke,
this
tower
as-
bawah
as
sih pasti
Aster.
jebol ini.
Maybe they are
Mesti
gonna
ditahan.
try it. XXX
Halo? Mungkin nggak ada suaranya.
Finally comes out. It's only going to connect a couple times, but
Uh,
Mickey looks to
sakit
be
banget.
mega dead, and Zai and
Linanya.
company have to get the hell out of here. Insania is successful, but Zai inside the pit of
Linanya
Malice,
mati tuh
charged
banyak
up.
network yang hilang, dimana
Looks
Blood Seeker
like
juga
he's
tadi
gonna
mati
be
dan
brought
Blood
down
Mother
as
plus
well.
mati.
Aster
3 core itu
successfully
mati di
defend the tier 2
dengan
tower.
war, 2 war.
It seems like Liquid had the same expectation.
sedangkan
that I
si
did, that
Acer
tower
cuman
was just gonna
tuker
be given to them with a dead Lash,
Si
but
Lestak.
the crucial part in all of this is that Mickey with the missed stun ends up using the BKB on the first kill. And
Dan
Aster,
jeleknya
like,
jika
wait a
pakai
minute,
BKB
can't go on this
atau
guy and kill him with
purchase
Spirit
BKB
Breaker
di
on
awal
board.
atau menit-menit
They
begini,
could. There wasn't enough protection there. I
nantinya
don't think
mereka
there was
ketika udah
defensive
punya damage
dispose from
akan
Boxy
vulnerable
to try to
banget
reposition
di
and keep him
belakang.
alive.
Dan nahan.
Yeah,
Oke, ngapain Bitcoin sendiri? Oke, wow. Tapi masih bisa nahan. Oke, mati satu. Nice. Bubuka, it's a good choice. Gak bisa ulti, gak bisa ulti, bisa ulti, bisa ulti. Oh, sayang sekali nggak ada vision di sana. That's good, that's good, that's good. Really good, really good. Underlord yang tanking, habis itu tiba-tiba si siapa tadi? Baranya nge-charge. Charge-nya juga bagus banget lagi, 3 orang kena. Oke, Rosan lagi diambil. Sepertinya Liquid tidak bisa menahan ataupun bisa meng-grab sih, karena Marsinya belum hidup dan sedangkan Rosannya udah mau kelar. Mereka juga oke, dapet. Keburu TP nggak? Jadi mereka nggak jadi nge-ambush. Nesaknya juga nggak ketahuan posisinya di dalam. Kalau di commit mungkin bisa mati Nesaknya. Tapi mereka juga pasti ada tukeran. Marsinya mau BKB ya kan? Marsinya mau semi-hitter, jadi mau nahan.
Sniper can just safely take it from range, and if you do try to jump on him with your Marcy combination with Lina, you know he has that second life you have to worry about.
Dia main jalan aja. Langsung mundur.
For Monet and Ori, but they've kind of brought this
Dia
game back.
travel.
And this is network-wise very even, and obviously with the Aegis, it's going to help them potentially extend that just a bit. As the tier 2 tower is not being defended yet.
Si Dyer main di bawah, server itu Esther mau nge-push dan harusnya sih hancur sih, sedangkan oh Dyer masih ada 40, masih bisa. Tapi mereka nggak mau ngedev, tier 2 nggak mau ngedev karena posisinya si snipernya punya Aegis dan punya keuntungan untuk nge-push sampai beberapa tier 2. Sayangnya Zai mainnya bukannya sulit sih, gak berdampak sih cara main dia. Gak bisa nge-push yang jauh dan merugikan si Esther. Jadi Liquidnya nggak punya space. Nantinya Blue Seeker ini itemnya akan stagnan, ada satu titik gitu sih teori gua. Oke, dia mau beser, keburu dalam waktu 3-4 menit lah. Harusnya di menit 27-an harusnya bisa jadi, cuman kalau misalnya dia nggak bisa farming, lihat posisinya atas udah jebol, tanya bisa dijagain, ada kemungkinan sulit. Dan ini leads auto dead pasti. Kayaknya emang sengaja supaya memberikan kasih tahu posisi musuhnya deh. Insane ya, insane ya. Zai.
Or are they fine just farming? Like you said, they do technically scale better.
Yeah, I think they're fine farming, but I wouldn't mind seeing them trying
sudah
to
BKB, Boxy sudah BKB juga.
Probably mid is
War
the most
berikutnya akan
accessible
banyak
one
full
right
physical.
now. Brood really thrives in the bottom tower area. There's so many trees, so many angles you can find there to be annoying.
Kenapa Lesaknya BKB? Kalau kalian tanya pasti jawabannya dia nggak gampang dikit, banyak banget stun. CC yang bisa bikin dia cepat dan nggak bergerak sama sekali.
Look to cross the river and maybe make an aggressive move. They do have a double damage on Mickey, which would
Charge,
be
siapa
really
yang
nice
charge?
for them
Wah,
to put to
gila.
use.
Kira siapa?
Push out that wave and reposition himself. It looks like Astra are aware that Liquid have some big plan here. Ori also farming very defensively over on the ancient side, making sure to stay all the way left to not get caught. And this move from Liquid will bear fruit in the sense they get some good aggressive wards out. You see they get the good ward over at the Radiant Triangle.
Dia pegang Dede dan pegang Invis kok.
And they get a good ward down in mid, so definitely looking for some sort
Oke,
of
objektifnya
catch
si dari
against the
Liquid
Aegis
akan
team.
ngancurin tower atas, sedangkan di bawah
But looks like
si
they'll have to
Radiant
settle for Mickey just 10 out of 10 shotting the
objektifnya
top tier 1
mid
tower
dan
casually
bawah
inside,
sih
taking double
kayaknya.
damage. Packing 400 damage with that per hit.
Not bad.
But now it's run out. And Aster will... They will opt for the bottom tower rather than the mid one. This was the one they had the option to access. I think they would have been happy to take mid, but that's where Liquid were grouped up and covering the lane. So they will settle for a trade in the off lanes.
Selama snipernya punya
They will get it
AKC kayaknya
successfully.
akan
So 2K lead for
kemungkinan
Aster is the Aegis.
Okay.
It's
mereka mau
expiring
coba
in 30
atas,
seconds.
mau coba naik ke
Well,
atas.
knock on the high ground though. Sniper very good at this. Obviously, massive range. The only
Itu
repositioning
berasa sih
tool
Tori
Liquid
jebol.
have is, aside from an offensive pike from Mickey, which is probably a bit naive to think is going to happen, you have level 2 disposed. So he's feeling pretty damn safe standing down here hitting this tower. You just keep throwing out one shrapnel if you want to hit it some more. There we go. It's going to keep poking at it.
Ada sniper enak banget situ. Ada sniper, ada push. Biar. Sayang sekali BKB dibuka.
Kept himself away far
Pulang,
enough.
pulang, pulang, pulang.
Trying to get through the Fiend's Gate. He does so successfully. And Aster retreat.
Dan akan balik lagi. Feelingku akan balik lagi.
Still a couple members here.
Yep.
And Ori can just refill and
nggak
he does
jadi,
not want to
mereka
take the
balik.
Fiend's Gate.
Mau
Wants to farm up mid.
I'm surprised Ori went
pulang
in and
berarti.
edicted that tower. I think
Dilanjutkan
letting
Ori.
Sniper just keep doing his thing was pretty good. It only cost him
guys,
BKB
kalian siapa menang,
charges
guys?
in the end of the world, and I guess he
Gini.
did force the glyph, so maybe it's okay. But if Liquid find a move off it,
Semua
the
aja,
story will be
semua
very,
itu
very
mungkin.
different.
Tadi
Ori
dia gua comeback.
Woo!
Boost damage-nya berasa bubuk-bubuk hilang. Oke, ini sih 3 orang mati, ada kemungkinan push sampai mau ke atas. Karena nggak ada alasannya.
Yeah, so what ends up happening there is Lesh has BKB cooldown
Okay,
from
okay,
bottom, and he's
decided
walking in
to-
the mid lane together with Spirit Breaker. I think a pretty crucial mistake there from Aster, actually. The two heroes were even stacking up, so they got chain stunned and didn't get a charge off to try to protect Ori. He just walked straight into Matu, got ruptured and killed, or actually didn't even rupture, I think. They just hit him.
Tuh
Tried to
Firestorm-nya
get away
sih
anyway
sakit sih.
without the BKB. And Liquid
I
will now
able to
play
clean up to tier 2 mid.
That is a huge swing for Liquid.
Mindbreaker.
And we won't know for the next Roche for another minute 40, but that is going to be an extremely important factor in this game, as it usually is.
Oke dah Firestorm tambah sakit.
But looking at
Nice
Ori's
too.
item progression, obviously he's had the Bloodstone for a long time. BKB is on 8 seconds. He's only used it once, surprisingly.
Yep.
Has the casual plate mail, and I would assume an eventual Shiva's, but still going for his boots of travel. I mean, his farm for a Lesh is not very good this game.
No, I think he's had a couple of times maybe pushing one wave too many, and Liquid have done a really good job punishing him. Overall, the 5 deaths on the Lesh is a major setback. You compare that to Mickey on the Lina with only 2. Has a 50 CS
Tapi
advantage
networknya tuh
because of this.
kayak gimana ya?
The thing I wonder here for Ori is if Travels is actually the right choice,
imbang-imbang
because
nggak imbang.
you're obviously playing against Rupture, right? So having extra mobility in the fight isn't necessarily going to translate to more safety or more
Chance-nya
damage.
di
Whereas having items where you
Radiant.
can just stand your ground and survive longer,
Tuh
like you said with
2000
Shiva
experience
or
dari
something to that effect, could be an interesting choice. But maybe even Ags could be a thing this game. You're against Brute, Bloodseeker, and an attack damage Lina build.
itu jauh banget
Nihilism.
I
lemparan.
think Nihilism could be
Giganya.
interesting, but well, for now it is going to be the Travels. And obviously, it depends whether the flow of the game will turn into a little bit more of a stalemate where the teams are just pushing out waves and farming, because then Travels are obviously great. But if we have a key fight coming up sometime soon, this might not be the best allocation of net worth that Ori can have at this point in time. Getting those Travels up. Roche will be known to us now. It's a long respawn.
Yes.
233. Will be quite a while before Aster potentially get their hands on that. And I do say Aster because they are controlling the area for now, and they did get the first one. There's no saying that Liquid can't make a team move in there and contest it.
Sniper itemnya udah apa aja sih?
Matu has his Mjolnir now.
Cukup kuat kan?
Zai has had the Wraith Pact
And
pipe
there's the Axe
and is
coming
going
up.
for Aghanim Scepter. Spinner Snare, really.
Sniper masih
Yeah,
belum
it
terlalu
is very
sakit
good.
banget
This
sih.
Axe.
tapi dia potensial.
When you're playing a brood role where you don't have to deal very much damage, this axe is just incredible for map control.
Smoke up, but they see Boxy. They're going to start charging him next to Liquid's.
Kayak ada ward.
Control of Aster right now. The charge is there, but the Frost is going to keep him healthy.
CC masuk. Jadi boxing kalian sempat buka BKB dan masuk
him out with the help of Monet. Just like that, it's a 5v4, but BKB already
Resak
caught by
yang di ini
XXS as they find Zai in the trees, but the charge onto Matu. Seems
Nice,
they try to focus
kedua,
here.
Victor.
Firestorm doing a lot of percentage-based damage. Lich ult coming out, but it's only going to bounce once. as Zai
nice,
gets cleaned
sniper.
up. Double kill for Monet.
Sakit banget
As the feed
snipernya.
gets back to
Ya.
the fountain, they can just refresh and rejoin this fight as Insania looks to be next. 3 dead for Liquid. And Aster looking very good now, but like you said, Roche is not going to be up for the minute, so they can't take advantage of that.
Definitely consider themselves lucky that this isn't up, because this would have been an easy collateral for Aster or
Sayangnya,
of course 2 buybacks out of Liquid. But
Gak ada ini.
yeah, just
Kosannya.
a very different fight in terms of positioning here, right? So you get the charge onto the Marcy, so she doesn't get to play the fight at all. Ori gets ruptured, they get this Marcy kill, they run back, and then they zone control. Underlord is creating tons of space by just running in with a Pit of Malice and just frontlining. Sniper is keeping them at bay with shrapnels. There's the Crystal Maiden ult coming up. It's just too difficult for Liquid to re-engage here. And a nicely played fight here from Aster will secure themselves a good position in the game once again. And the control of the
Mungkin
pit.
CM bikin sakit juga sih.
30-second respawn on that. Both teams will want to get access to this. This is the second Roche, so will come with a little bit of a bonus.
And Mickey has the data list, so he will start to hurt. Is opting to go for
Posisinya si Aster tetap pegang hutannya supaya kenapa biar si Liquid ini bakal mainnya di triangle doang, bukan triangle lagi sih namanya, pokoknya di tebing yang kanan itu triangle. Jadinya mereka nggak punya space untuk farming.
Well, the Rupture's on his team.
Maksa di situ.
Oh, I was looking at the Lash. He's also going like.
Sedangkan Aster punya
that one makes sense.
Oke, nah,
Everybody gets a lane.
untungnya pintar-pintar ya mereka harus farming di
Yeah, that's true.
hutan musuh. Sayangnya
I mean, the only way to
akan
take
ada
full
terjadi war
advantage of
loss.
that, if you're the Spirit Breakers to get an Ags, which
Tumbang
he is going
kuat
for,
sekarang.
so the Liquid
Dia
won't
mau
be that big of
dagger.
a deal at that point.
Menarik buat nangkep
We have a
sniper.
smoke out from Liquid.
Aster poked the Roche and went out. They feel like Liquid are going to come contest this, and they are very right. The top lane is all the way in the tier 3 tower, and no one from Liquid's defending this. Is a dead giveaway that Liquid are up to something here.
And Roche has
Aster
a
will
low
do the same.
Are scanning.
Boboka is terrifying with that Shadow Blade that he's had for a while. If they get
Buset,
vision on
itu
anyone, they could just
Zai.
get stunned out of nowhere on
Zai.
Liquid's side with very minimal
Nice.
defense,
Itu.
except like we talked about the
Radiant's
Frost
middle
Shield, but
tower is
doesn't
under
really save you from this
Dan
Radiant
teman kita
lineup very
balik
well.
satu. Bayangkan kalian.
Yeah, Ori already
Will
used his
handle mid.
Bloodstone, thinking that he was going to get jumped, so another 15-second cooldown on
Ya,
that.
ketahuan. Udah kebuka vision.
Yes, well played the
Harusnya
Warrior.
mereka
And very
smoke-nya udah
tense
kebuka.
as both teams know that Roche
Iya,
is
pulang
up.
guys.
With the gem, knows that Liquid have vision here. Obviously not going to go for the
Ada
D-Ward.
vision sih.
Way
Kalau
too
ada
risky
vision
to
itu
get jumped by
dilanjutin
Marcy
sih,
and just
pasti.
blast it there. So gets the information, gets back. They have Boboka clean up mid with a charge. Next wave will now be cut by Boboka as well. Going to clean this up out of the Shadow Blade, just killing all of those spiders in one charge.
Yeah, ever since they
Gotta
changed
feel really good.
his bash to do that much damage to creeps,
Yeah.
very even better counter.
I think this
than
is
he
the
used to.
most CS I've seen a Spirit Breaker have been at 34 since Xiao 8 played at mid. That's what spiders will do for you.
That is true. I mean, he's halfway to his Ags, and that thing is crazy how good.
Oh, ada ward.
Still posturing on the other side of the map. No one quite ready to fight, knowing that this Roche could potentially decide the game. I mean, it's a little early to call that, but
There's a very good chance that
the win percentage with second Roche has got to be really high for the team that gets it.
Kalian lihat menit ini, game ini bakal berapa
As
menit
look
sih?
how close this game was.
Probability-nya Aster kan?
Yeah. 68% for Aster. Would you feel that? Watching this right now as the Rupture onto Ori gets
Boxy,
disposed.
oke, mati. Sakit mati. Orang tiga-tiganya punya BKB, jadi dia damage nggak ada gara. Lucia hidup. Ah, bisa baik-baik. Balik. Cepet banget, cuy.
And the buyback from Insania, a 5v4 situation effectively here. Lesh has buyback too, but no BKB ready, so if he connects, he has to be careful. The trade-off here, of course, Liquid using 2 of theirs, Marcy and Bloodseeker with a minute cooldown, and Aster are actually confident that this is enough for them to contest the pit. They know they can buy back their Lesh. What can he travel on? They have the outpost too, so the connection point is
Dia
there.
dipegang.
Monet
Ada ward.
double damage as well. McKay inside.
Guys, pakai hidup. Bakal TP dari outpost. Iya, itunya barang mati. Ya disamperin, sayang sekali. Ya disamperin juga. TM gak punya ulti, jadi gak ada punya armor, gak kuat. Tapi semuanya buyback, akan hajar balik. Oh my god, sayang sekali. Warnya masih belum berjalan. Oke, dicas. Lina gak punya BKB, Lina masih punya. Tapi belum dibuka, sayang sekali. Dan baru dibuka. Resraknya bocor. Gak cukup. Oke, Liquid menang di posisi ini. Nyangkut dong. What the fuck? Nyangkut, snipernya nggak mati-mati. Masih hidup terus-terusan. Oh my god. Monet. Oke, masih nyangkut. Oke, mati juga akhirnya. Oh my god, tuh Monet nyawanya 9 cuk. Dan dia buyback. Masih ada war berikutnya. Wah, panjang banget. Mati. Ya. Itu warnya sih. Oke. Bosan diambil, harusnya bisa didapetin sama sniper. Gila, dari ngantuk jadi seger batuk. Lot semuanya hampir buyback kecuali bener. Oke, loncat. Saya tadi disut. Biar dapat snatch. Buyback, gak ada buyback. Marcy gak ada buyback, gak peduli dia, yang penting dapat Aegis. Tadi tunggu-tungguan, oh my god, seru banget. Aja masih mau hampir aja.
Wow. I mean, honestly, the craziest thing about the team fight that we just saw was how long Monet stayed alive, right? It's because he's getting Crimson guarded by the Underlord, so the Spiders do 0 damage. Zai has a 0 damage item build, so he's basically tickling him. And Monet was just using Mask of Madness, standing still and pressing A-click on the ground.
I've never seen a sniper stand still for that amount of time. Some more action.
Apakah bisa di-kill? Sayang kali nggak bisa terlalu jauh.
But Zai is kind of stuck. He's going to get charged at it. XXX is taking the brunt of the damage from Matu. He's going to get bashed up, but will be able to get the Fiend's Gate out in time.
Cara main Underlord yang baru. Charge kencang banget.
Into the Nether Strike and into the right clicks of Monet. And now with the assault onto XXS. He's going to add insult to injury, and his push will be even faster for Aster. No pun, I mean, that was a rhyme.
Oke, Pitwallnya udah balik lagi. Havoc Hammer dimiliki oleh Lina. Didapatkan di tempatnya. Apakah dipakai? Buset, enak banget sih langsung. Cepuk. Hilang.
And Zaya does not have buyback gold. They do not know this for a fact, but they might have a feeling based on the Aghanim Scepter being purchased that he cannot reconnect to this fight. Still, you have to be a little bit careful about this high ground push. Marcy is very terrifying on defense, and as we've already established, Boxy with the dagger doesn't even need to rebound in. He can flank in and dispose and rebound out to maybe force a BKB. He can obviously also rebound in and dispose and then blink out if he's fast enough.
Masih pegang Rosan, ada 3 menit. Dede dan harusnya nggak diambil sama si Ori Urutan, lalu diambil oleh sniper supaya ada Mei juga. Oke, botolnya dipakai.
Come on, Boxy. Habibi!
I'm keeping over. I can't get it.
Boxy ya tuh, stres ya. Stres.
Insania counting the buybacks there.
Pentax menurut gue walaupun dia nggak dipakai oleh hero merah, pakai sniper nambahin damage dan nembusin armor macam Deso itu cukup lumayan buat gue ya. Apakah digunakan gue nggak tahu, kita coba lihat.
for Aster.
Salah pencet.
But Liquid, in terms of net worth,
Death War
has
is
a very
really good.
slight lead right now.
Snipernya pakai
An
spin. Ini bagus.
incredibly
Cukup
close
bagus.
game. Needy is
Ngilangin
bottled from Monet, and I'm sure
apa ya?
that they're going to want to use
Slownya
it here to at least get a
ini,
tier 3, if not,
atau kita bisa
try to get a
pakai
barracks.
frost
That bottom
shieldnya
lane is
bisa
very,
dihilangin.
very open. Minute 50.
Ya, seperti itulah.
I don't know how much is left on the bottle. When did he pick that up? So if he picked it up around 40, it might have been sitting there for a little bit, but should have enough time to maybe connect on a wave.
Cukup sulit sini untuk naik hyper.
Spinners, snares are starting to make life difficult for Aster. Very
Nyangkutnya
annoying.
ini nih, musahin
Techies
sih
was
lama-lama.
deleted, but
I actually think
lives on in Brood.
I was saying this is kind of the new old techies, spinner snare. It is incredibly annoying to play against.
Incredibly.
Don't underestimate how much the mental means, but well, no snares
Sniper jadi
bottom
gimana
just
sih?
yet. Monet pumps the
Ada
DD.
skill khususnya gak sih?
Force out the glyph. They will get another glyph after this tower falls, mind you, with the changes. So
Oh, di setiap yang
another
rep
round of defense for
itunya.
Barracks.
Tier 3 finally down.
Yeah, Monet's
Setiap
attack
jaring-jaring
speed is
yang
nothing to
dimiliki.
scoff at. He's got a lot of attack speed items that have the
Bawa
AC
jebol,
on the
tiernya,
Mask of
tier
Madness
3 ya.
activation.
Dia tiba-tiba
It's
bikin
looking
gitu.
pretty good for Aster.
Sniper
This is a big
bikin,
moment now. Liquid will
butter.
try to find perhaps an
Oke,
angle.
butter cukup bagus karena
Pushing
banyak
out mid for now. Do they even have
physical
any smokes
damage,
left?
itu gebuk-gebukan.
They do not. Yeah, they do. They have one on boxing. So if Liquid do
Jadi
want to
miss-missan.
challenge something here, they can, but it's a very, very difficult position to access yourself into. You keep scouting them with spinner snare, though. Oh, Monet, well, we can't flip another one. No, XXS, however. They'll find another spinner snare. I'm sure he's having a great time there.
Buset.
They're smoked up, but he knows, right? It
Yep.
notifies them.
Yep. This is not happening.
That is actually hilarious, man. I think
Barang
first
ngecas
time
buat
casting,
clear
Brood
wave
Eggs.
beberapa
It's one of
bisa
those
dia
things
beat
that's
dengan
hilarious
cepat
to
balik
watch,
lagi
and then you're
karena dia
investing
adalah
in a player on
buset
Aster.
hilang
Oh, of
langsung.
course. Of course.
That's
But that's Dota, right?
it
Tapi
is
dia
very
pakai SW
annoying,
buat itu supaya
I tell you. All right,
musuhnya
Liquid.
nggak nge-gap
It's
kalau
it's
teman-temannya
time.
mau
This
maju
age is
dikit, jadi
expiring
nggak
just
ketahuan
now.
posisinya.
Aster will place XXS
Oke,
to cover the high ground.
hit lordnya
Shot him. They know they get the bash up and
dan
Monet is
diincer
playing
oleh
from afar.
sakit banget. Dia butuh satanik sih sepertinya, Bung.
Immediately, no buyback for him. And
Ya,
Bavongo now
auto
stuck
red.
between a rock and a hard place. That's
Oke.
the second. Make it
Ini harusnya
three
sih
for
GG sih
Mickey.
di push sih.
What a fight! What an initiation with no vision, I'm pretty sure. Not
Yang
able
ada
to get the
vision sih tadi
rebound.
bagus banget
Boxy
sih
has been
warnya.
playing out of his mind. And now down the mid lane, Liquid goes with a 7K lead, knowing that
Ini game kedua
a
gua
lot of these
istirahat.
buybacks will not be
Coba.
available. Only
Kita
the
lanjut lagi
Underlord
ntar
at the
live.
moment.
And you just love the confidence from
Mickey,
Boxy, right?
Mickey,
The
matu
smoke
aman.
breaks, he instantly just blinks
Cukup
something,
bagus
lives
dengan
off the
menggunakan
zone, BKB
Blink Dagger.
finds a target, the fight breaks out. And Monet tries to come in and help, but they just destroyed him with
Buset,
Marcy.
Linanya
Lina
yang
didn't
bikin
get to play the fight.
Hanek.
Felt relatively
Sakit
confident with
banget
Butterfly
ini
that he
Lina.
had something to stand his ground with, but just not the
99
case. Liquid, are they
buset,
actually just gonna
jadi
go for it?
apaan?
They're gonna try to go for throne. They know that Sniper's not back for 60 seconds. Tier 4 is already
Kan,
at
bisa
half
dijebol
HP.
langsung.
They're gonna be able to take it out pretty swiftly.
Liquid menang
Can
game pertama,
Aster
guys.
actually defend this in a
Harusnya.
3v5 situation? Finally, the fortification is popped. They won't have one for the rest of the game in all likelihood if they continue down this mid lane. Unleash and pop for Boxy, just priming and ready to go. One tier 4 down. Will Liquid continue on here? 33 seconds on Monet. Crimson Guard are trying to mitigate a little bit of damage here, but there's the initiation on XXS. They get the rupture on him. They force tap him as well, but he's going to live inside the fountain. But the tier 4 goes down as well. And now on to the Ancient Ori. Pops a BKB and Bloodstone, but the focus is now on to the
semuanya
Ancient
nyebar.
for Liquid. All
Kerut.
the different they'll get
Kerut.
Charge it
Cuma
from
dia bikin susah.
pretty big, but Mickey continue to run.
Jebol. Oke, Liquid game pertama, guys.
Liquid take game 1.
Wow. Oke, gue istirahat bentar, guys. Game kedua kayaknya kita nggak cash. Nanti kita game ketiga kita cash.
But I'm close to that right now, Cinderin. Good lord.
What an amazing way for them to do that. So
See you
the
guys, start
moment
lagi
age
ya.
expires, they're like,
Istirahat
it's go
dulu.
time. We smoke, they run in, they find an